Okay. I think we are live. At least I think. Just get a bit of testing here, like always. Okay, we got audio, so that's good. Just gonna have to connect a few things. Just wait a sec. That. And the chat machine. There we go. Now I actually gotta find a website. Hold on one sec. So we can move this over here to the classic second screen that we all know. I'm kind of making this all on the spot, so apologies if it's kind of bad, like badly set up. See if I can log in. I didn't want to sign in. Okay, can we just all right, cool. We found a tier list. Okay, hold on, just one bit. Okay, this one actually kind of sucks. There's a reflourish tier list. There's everything. All plants up to date. Okay, this is organized. Okay, we found a good tier list. Good. Just gonna quickly put this over here. For the meantime, just gonna do a bit of things here. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for a few people. Then we're kind of gonna explain what we're gonna do, even though the title is quite clear. Just gonna check Discord on my phone. I'm kind of lazy. Say somebody was about to go to sleep. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna start explaining, and people might show up, even though it's kind of late for me. But who really cares? So I think. Okay, I actually gotta go AFK for like a few minutes. I didn't expect to have a delivery, but darn it. I'm just gonna put a banner. Not a comment. What am I saying? Asian Games is here. Hopefully you're doing well. Okay. This is Aaron, by the way. Good to know that you're actually Aaron. it. So I just had to go AFK for a few minutes. There was like a bit of a thing that came into my house. Sadly, I gotta go AFK. Hate interruptions. We'll just be back, but I really don't want to cancel the stream because I legit just started it. So apologies. See you in like 10 or 5, hopefully like something 8 minutes. Don't want to get interrupted again, so sorry about that, but we'll see you in a bit. Hopefully the pea shooter can do some justice, even though pea shooter isn't going to be shown. So sorry about that. I was barely able to find like the thing for my keys, just to find the delivery. Got it now, so be back in a few minutes. Freaking hate this. God, that sucks. So yeah, sorry. God's sake, I'm finally back. Dear Lord, had it with house stuff today. It's just hella busy, and I cannot do it anymore. But whatever. We all mentioned that. Enough negative thoughts. Looks like Invasion Games was here and bomb. Now my internet goes. Yo, Mashu, that's what you look. Not verify. Yo, Mashu, that's what you look like. Yeah, that's me. Uh, yeah, this is me. I legit do have the glasses. So I'm finally back from a house delivery. Freaking hate it. I'm had it with house stuff today. I cannot do it all by myself. So I can actually take out the AFK thing at the moment. Yeah. So now I can explain stuff here without getting freaking interrupted. So today or tonight's main purpose, like it's 7:10 p.m. for me, we're gonna do a PvZ2 plants tier list. Now, what do you expect about you? Look cool. Yeah, I do look cool. I'm gladly not called 4 eyes. So we're gonna do a PvZ2 plants tier list. Now, you may remember me once doing a Thomas Take and Play sets tier list. Kind of fumbling with my words. That actually looks pretty sick. So I found this good tier list before I went to find a house delivery. It's a good one with the actual seed packet sprites. And oh cool, so it's actually up to date. So we got like Sundew Tangler. Kinda cool. Just gonna put Marigold bit up. Put it right next to the modern day cast. It's kind of like all fricked up. So I kind of just did this all like right now. I kind of have this idea like just now. So it's kind of weird, but let's just do the tier list. We're gonna do all the adventure plants. We're only gonna do the ones from the worlds. We are gonna have stuff like cabbage pult and stuff like that. Now this is gonna be based off vanilla, not reforged or something. So they have all their normal stats, and also we're gonna do them at base level 1. So yeah, this will be interesting. So I think I had some reactions. Just gonna check Discord for that. Okay, not much has happened, but yeah, not much. So yeah, thank you for the emotes and such. Let's just start the tier list. We're not gonna do any Gemiums. We're not gonna do any premiums. We're not gonna do Cediums. We're mostly gonna do the adventure plants with this unorganized order. So Pea Shooter, in my opinion, let's just start with this. Pea Shooter, I honestly just kind of like the guy. It's fine. It's like the one you can always rely on, but put him in C tier. Sunflower. Here's the thing, once you use Sunflower and then you get Sunshroom, you never go back to Sunflower. The only time where you don't skip base Sunflower is, in my opinion, with Twin Sunflower, because Sun economy is just so much more faster. PvZ2. Remember, now we have the 50 Sun meta instead of the original 25. So in my opinion, I feel like here's the deal. We're gonna put Sunflower in C tier at the moment. Just at the moment. Walnut, here's the thing. I'm not gonna put him D tier, but I'm also not gonna put him very high because I just do not use walls in PvZ2. The only wall, just kind of looking through here. The only wall I would use is Endurian, but stuff like normal Johnny, I just don't use it. But it is solid enough, and I just don't count it as a horrible plant. The thing with walls is that you vanquish zombies so much faster with so many plants that are now like kind of considered OP, if you know what I mean. So walls are not really necessary. Even with bulls, if you're not playing Penny's Pursuit, like are bull zombies in Wild West really that big of an issue? Because Wild West is just like a basic world. It's just doing like an audio test. So I'm not gonna put him any lower, but we're gonna keep him in C tier. Now, Potato Mine is something that can really be used in a bunch of scenarios, even in like late game. I feel like Potato Mine is kind of needed even more in this game than ever. So we're gonna put him A tier. Now, Cabbage Pulp. Just not gonna. We're not gonna have this discussion no more. He just goes straight to D tier. I normally don't put D tiers in this list. I just kind of did this all rushed. Yeah, we all agree with Cabbage Pulp on that one? Just so much slower. I know that he's not technically the worst plant. I mean, stuff like we're looking to see stuff like Tomb Tangler exists, but you know, seafloor is also hella slow. But yeah, for adventure, can we all agree on Cabbage Pulp in this one? Like a sec. I mean, somebody else is here, but you know. Yeah, just so much slower and nothing much. Now, Bloomerang. I used to be a fan of Bloomerang, probably because I didn't buy a lot of stuff back then when I first started playing in 2017. Yes, I'm fully admitting that right now. I started playing PvZ 2 in 2017. I started playing PvZ 1 on the iPad in like 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Or 16, actually. But yeah. Bloomerang at the moment, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. I'll give it a high C tier. Now, iceberg lettuce. There's another plant you can really rely on. Here's the thing: iceberg is like kind of a plant that you use more than often. I feel like it's kind of like one of those early game plants that can be considered S tier. But like, what are your thoughts? Like, it's free, and most people like can save themselves from just plant footing it and putting this on the back, which in my opinion is a dumb idea. But you know, we could either give it a high A, or we can give it like a low S. I feel like high A at the moment. Grapebuster, don't really know. Grapebuster, like I kind of want to rank tool plants as well. You know, Grapebuster is one of those. Like we can use it a lot, but like that's kind of really it. You know what I mean? It's like use it a few times and that's it. Like Dark Ages, it can go into use, I suppose, because Puffshroom got the nerf. Here's the thing, like I wouldn't put it in the same tier as Pea Shooter. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll give it a high C at the moment. Now, Bok Choy isn't really a plant that I would use, to be fair, but I do see its uses, of course. Like looking in over here, like there's wasabi whip, like you know, you can take that into consideration. Here's the thing. Here's an idea. Let's put another row below and give it F. And we'll delete that row. Oh wait, not that enough. Whoops. Row below. There. Make that like that color. What? D. Okay, there we go. Now here's the thing. Here, walnuts, and like here we don't really use them. Sunflower technically could have a use. I just don't know. Thank you. I'll just put sunflower there. I'll give I'll give bok choy like a low B. I feel like of course it's like kind of OP now. For the like the low cost. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Repeater is another plant. I'll give it a B. I don't really see it as a really good plant, even though people swear by it. I'll give it like a high B, I suppose. Like technically, it could be considered good due to getting a lot more sun. The sun economy. It's just so much faster in this game. You get sun way more fast. So considering the fact that Sunstream exists, Goldblum was available for free for a while. With the quest, so you can get those semi-pricey plants up, and technically Reaper can also be considered cheap now with some of the other plants available in the game. Now, Twin Sunflower, here's another one. He's one of the more controversial opinions on this list. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, Twin Sunflower, isn't really that worth planting. I'll give it like that F tier. Like, why would you? Like, why would you bother? Like, even the starting recharge sucks. Why do people like always use it? You need to wait so much. Now, with like normal Sunflower, you can instant plant it as fast as your finger can be without a instant like starting recharge. So I kind of want to make a change here. We'll put iceberg lettuce. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt and give it S tier. I feel like Colonel Poe technically can be considered a better pea shooter. I don't think lobster plants are really that decent in this game, apart from like wintermelon. I'll give it, I would put in the same tier as pea shooter though, so it's technically better with the stun, you could say. So that Snapdragon, he's powerful for what he is, but with the limited range, people have gotten discussions with this being very similar to Bong Choi. I just don't see it. Like, why would you consider like they're two close range attack like plants, but one of them is close range, one of them is full on melee. I'll just give it like a low C. It doesn't necessarily mean like here. Let's put Bloomerang like high D, because Snapdragon can be considered a bit strong in some regards, But one of them is supposed to be an attacker, and one of them is supposed to be melee. Like people have gotten discussions in like BFN with the different types, attack and close range. This is the same discussion, but Snapdragon just isn't good as an attacker. Like it has the things of an attacker with the range of a melee attacker, like a melee plant. But it just doesn't do good enough damage in my opinion. Even though the plant food, technically you wouldn't want to plant, like defeat stuff from the back more with Monk Joy. So, but just I don't know what plant food is better. But I feel like bok choy overall has also better plant food. Some gargs can be vanquished a whole lot more faster with bok choy. Now, spikeweed, it can be considered good for stuff like the piano because the barrel zombie just has so many ways you could just vanquish it. But yeah, it's just a bit too weak. And also, I feel like for some reason when I started playing vanilla and I saw Wolfie play, you get like you get lucky with Spike Rock seed packets. No, I'm just considering this list over level 1, but I'll put it like a high C at the moment. Now, Spring Bean, again, I won't like bother to say too much. Technically, you can bounce off a Garg in Pirate Seas, but if the plant is only really used for one world and not for its best and most common use, it's not considered good. So we'll just leave it at that. Coconut cannon. Here's the thing: like a lot of people like kind of expect like magnifying glass to be like a way better coconut cannon. Because they haven't seen too much of the late game. Probably because you don't get too much like manual stuff. Like coconut cannon, yet again, like is strong, but no. The recharge for when you need to do another attack, I just feel like it's a bit too slow. The moment I wouldn't call it an F tier though, because it is like strong. The plant food is also pretty good. We could put it like a high D, I suppose. So repeater, people swear by this plant. I usually just call it my favorite plant. You already know. It isn't good for most things after looking back. But again, with the Sun economy, with something that's almost the same price as Coconut Cannon, well, actually, Coconut Cannon is a bit more expensive. It deserves a high B because in mods, for example, like Outburst, they do 3-peater justice. I saw that one pause video about 3-peater. I know I'm only talking about vanilla, but they do this plant justice. And that's great because it's one of my favorite plants. My favorite plant. Hopefully, the normal pea shooter here can have its own word about that. You're a good boy. Spike Rock. I think I'll be a bit too generous. I think some people would say I'm going to give it a low A. Again, like here. I find Spike Weed to be a tiny bit too weak. But even at level 1, Spike Rock can do quite a lot of stuff. And when you get Spike Rock, again, since it's an early game plant at Pirate Seas, then you can grind out sea packets, because we're talking about vanilla. You can grind out the sea packets, and at level 3 and 4, he can do quite a lot of work. I never thought of using stuff like Spike Rock at like a Neon Mixtape Tour. So like he deserves to be like kind of far up. I wouldn't call this plant something like B tier though. He doesn't deserve the same point as Spikeweed does. Because for an early game, you can grind out sea packets a whole lot more. He is an early game plant, so Cherry Bomb again we won't beat up the bush. We'll just go straight to the point. You already know why this is good. Now Split P, here's the thing. I feel like I should be more threatened about other zombies that go like over other lanes and such. That doesn't really happen as often, but I feel like Split P could get some uses in Jurassic Marsh if it was a bit. It's the thing. Split P, I feel like could be upgraded by giving it a damage buff and nerfing its stun cost. So that way, for something like Jurassic Marsh, you could use Split P without too much problem, I feel. But at the moment in vanilla, like, he's not the best. But, like, like, he does have another use to Pea Shooter, but at just 25 some more, I don't know. Like, what are your guys' opinion on this? Like, this is a live stream after all. If somebody else is here watching, I feel like Split Pig could be used in something like Jurassic Marsh. I mean, I thought Peanut could be used in Jurassic Marsh, and nobody else thought. We could give it like a high D. Like, it has a use, but it just isn't quite the best at it. But it is, like, again, at base, a pea shooter. I guess high D at the moment. I don't know. Give me information about the new PvZ 2 beta. Please. Okay, Chili Bean. It is an insta-kill. I mean, it's an insta-vanquish. It's not the best one. Like it can stun a group of zombies, but it just gets like crushed by almost other stuff like piano. You have stuff like, for example, barrel roller that can be used quite a lot in events. And for some reason, they just keep putting chili bean in every single event. They just keep putting him. I actually don't find this plan as good as he is. So just like a very low F. He just, I don't know, he just keep getting overused in so many other events. Now Peapod, I'm a fan of Peapod, and it does deserve a bit more of a use than Split P because Split P, like I said, I feel like Split P needed a rework because it wasn't introduced the best way in PvZ 1 because in the same world, in Fog in PvZ 1, you get Starfruit, which at base is a better Split P. You can spam it easily and you can shoot all around the board and lot. And Split P, it has a use in like 2 worlds, but that's about it. We have more stuff like, for example, parachutes. Split P could be used if you don't have Starfruit. But I feel like Starfruit now is actually a CDM plant. So technically you could grind out for Starfruit now. But Split P in this time, sun protection is, higher. Like if I haven't spammed enough already of that. I feel like low C could be fine enough. I feel like it could go in the same tier as Snowdragon. Also, I feel like now it's like it doesn't deserve the same tier as Great Buster. I'm just gonna put that higher. Just at the moment. We'll kind of keep this as a placeholder. Now Lightning Raid. If somebody's awake and if somebody's not sleeping, not doing frick cool, what are your thoughts on Lightning Raid? I just want some opinions. Just something. So there was a ping about the Moderation Council. Oh, Conversation Squad, that's worse. Ugh, got banned. Freaking deserve that. She did invasion game setting. Yeah. Also, it seems like nobody is awake at the moment. But we are getting some confetti, so that's cool. Right, thoughts on Lightning Raid. I'm gonna say this again later, but this is the first time we're gonna say it. Lightning Raid, people swear by that if this plant is spammed, it's good. Listen to me. If a plant needs to be spammed to be good, it's not a good plant. If you need to spam it to be good, then the plant is weak. If it's an attacker and it needs to be spammed to have a use, it's a weak attacker. It's not good. If it's weak and you need to be spammed, it's not good. Also, every single plant is good when spammed. So when you need a plant that just swears by that needs to be spammed, for it to have a use, like 9 or 6 lightning raids, like 9 or 12 at the moment because level 1, then it's not good. You could do a good amount of damage, which stuff like 5 Snapdragons, for example. That's some good DPS, good damage. But 12 lightning raids. Frick's sake. I cannot deal with people that say that lightning raid is good. It's not good. If it needs to be spammed, then it's not good. And sorry for rambling, but if it needs to be spammed for it to be decent and functional, then it's simply not good. Melonpolt, I feel like does deserve something like a high B, I suppose, because stuff for like a low B. I feel like its fire is a tiny bit too slow. I don't know, but Malpole is still a decent plant. Like, it's as good as Bong Choi, in my opinion. Also, plenty of people joined out of nowhere. Got like 3 people. Talnut, don't really have anything else to say on Talnut. It's just the same opinion I have on Walnut. Just more expensive. I guess I can live with putting it in the same tier as Walnut. I feel like. A Wintermelon, it can be expensive, but if you put at minimum 2 of these down, you know, 2 and 4, like Rose, then sure. Melon Pulp is S tier. I'm just gonna put it here. Even though we talked about stuff about the sun, like 50 sun meta. But hey, Wintermelon is still considered an S tier plant, and it kind of deserves to be there. So we'll give it there. Also, I feel like if I put Melon Pulp in S tier, Wintermelon in S tier, Melon Pulp deserves to be like there. I feel like also 4 people. Jesus. Suddenly getting popular. Grand Jelly? Dude, we're finally getting information about the new beta. Alright, Hot Potato. I actually kind of want to rank Far Future first. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it of the old world order. Let's go Far Future. Even though in saying that, you still have Cabbage Pulp with the player's house and Modern Day Seed Packet. We'll ignore that. Far Future. So Laser Bean, it's a good plant. It's good. I just don't use it. But I do know its uses. It could be used in something like Arena. And it can do some decent damage. So we'll give it at the moment like a low B. Actually, like a high B. I feel like. Now, Blober, it can be used in certain situations, and at one point, it was one of the best plants in the game if you use one of the worst. Cough, cough, Spring Bean. But, it's been patched out. So technically, the only thing you could really do with Blober now is sort of save yourself in Terror from Tomorrow. Because I've been getting overwhelmed by flying zombies, and they don't give you Blober I think they don't give you Blober in the starting plant cards, I feel. But Blower is still cheap in this game. It's not 100 sun anymore. It's 50, and it can recharge real quick in even at level 1. So, but it doesn't really do anything else. It kind of like saves you, and that's it. Like a low C. Because that's the thing. If you're getting like spam with flying zombies, then you're just doing really well in Terror from Tomorrow and just getting spammed by Discotrons. And that's about it. Ian Peach, just kind of wish there was just more mechs to deal with. So I could call Ian Peach decent. But like it's cheap and I feel like it recharges a bit more faster than I think. Give like a high D, I think. Just kind of deciding. Like a high D. Just kind of going in random orders right now. Citron, it does deal like decent damage. And I feel like I would use it more than Coconut Cannon. Like, it's cheaper, so and I don't really like manual plants apart from Banana Launcher. If you count stuff from Adventure, so it does do good damage. Even at level 1, it can be decent enough. Pretty sure Coneheads, they just need a tiny bit more damage to fully vanquish them. But I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. It does do decent damage. So, just high C. feel like high C just kind of sounds like a kind of phrase. If I'm honest with you. Wonder what Discord's saying. Yeah, dessert. What's up? What? Quietly in my stream. Zero days will now you have a record counter, bro. That's kind of cool, actually. A record for the drama. I don't know why that's funny. All right, we're back to this. Infinite. I feel like here's the thing. I don't use walnuts, but Infinite. Okay, here's the thing. We'll do a change. I would give Blober a bit of a use. And decent damage means bottom of B. So that way Infinite can go into low C. Yes, it's a weaker walnut. But it does recharge fast from what I remember, like fast enough. Either that or just has a normal recharge. I don't recall, even at level 1. But kind of, a lot of people kind of agree and say that the plant food just sort of saves it. So, yeah. Infinite just can go with it. Also, kind of like how we see P-Shooter in the middle. This boy is getting some respect by being put legit slap bang in the middle of the tier list. Like, you can only fit like 7 rows at this screen. It's kind of funny. Magnifying Glass, again, it's almost like putting Blober in different situations. I'll just give it low B. Like, it's cheap, and sun production is good this game. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give again that one the benefit of the doubt at the moment. And then for Tile Turnip, a lot of people really don't use it. I just find it really fun in Endless Zones, and Endless Zones are part of Adventure Mode. I feel like it's the thing. I don't want to put Laser Beam like high C. Is that deserved? Something people agree. I'm just really torn on Laser Beam, and that's it. Now that person doesn't care. Jesus. No break from mine though. Oh. We haven't got any chat messages for a while. Kind of want to see a bit of action here. All right, we did Far Future. Let's go to Dark Ages. Let's go right to Puffshroom. For no other reason. Let's go Sunshroom. I love Sunshroom. And I feel like people, if you put Sunshroom in A tier, then you simply swear by that Primal Sunflower is one of the best sun producers. Mate, I'll give Sunshroom some respect there. Because here's the thing. Again, sun production is easy to get. And if you have a plant that produces sun, which is the cheapest chips, and can be used in normal day stages, then Sunshroom has to be the one. Like, it's cheapest chips, and you get it real easy. I feel like putting it in A tier is just not deserved because sun producers are hella important, and Twin Sunflower doesn't do horse crap. So I'm just gonna give Sunshroom some respect and give it the S tier that it deserves. Gotcha. Hopefully some people celebrate over that. Puffshroom, it has kind of a bit of a nerf. But technically, it can be good to like destroy a few graves in the beginning of a level. Still, like that's something that it has. So I feel like a high D. I wouldn't put it C tier. Like if I put Sunshroom, I mean Popstream, I wouldn't put it in the same tier as P Shooter due to the nerf. Because the nerf for me is a bit too much. Like even in vanilla. So we put it in D tier at the moment. But it can be used for graves. I feel like the plant for graves can be good, like a really good example of that. We have very few plants in Dark Ages, jeez. We'll go Fume Shroom now. Now Fume Shroom is more OP than more people think. I don't know if this has to do with Reforged buffs. I feel like high B or low A. But high B at the moment. So alternate after second thought, yeah. If I put Fume Shroom up in like high B, I don't feel like Tile Alternate deserves to be that. Like Fume Shroom in this case is cheap, it recharges fast. Like 50 Sun isn't just too much off, in my opinion. And it can deal insanity damage, even with four of them. Like you basically need 2 Fume Shrooms in order to do like some decent stuff. That means like 10 Fume Shrooms in like one link. At least that's better than like 12 or 15 lightning reads to do a bit of a dent. So Fume Shroom deserves to be high. Iron Shroom, again, you can defeat stuff real quick, so I don't really find the use. It can be considered decent enough. To me, I just don't see it that way. And also the same goes for Sunbeam. I'm just gonna put it low D. Technically, the plant food for like Magnet Shroom can be considered decent, but that's a plant food on a plant that already takes up buckets. Like, I don't know. Also, while I'm at it, I kind of want to put Marigold somewhere. Like, it can be placed on the lawn, but due to EA just not giving a crap about it. We'll give Marigold the placement of deservement. Like, if it was, like, deservement. What was it? We'll give Marigold the place of respect. You know, if it was actually plannable, you know. I just kind of want to put it there as a joke, like, you know. Someone is doing a Fall Guys stream. That's nice. I don't really play it anymore, but I can respect it. What are people listening to? I hear like a bunch of sounds. God, I didn't see the beta stuff yet. I really gotta go to the end of this tier list? Just with that? That sucks. Yeah, there's the Roman Zombot. Now we got the animations in the newest beta. Gotta check it. Frick. We did Dark Ages. Yeah, next is Big Wave Beach. Didn't actually expect that. Now Lilypad. Now here's the funny thing. Lilypad actually got buffed in like the latest version of PvZ 2. It's semi-buffed. Like it now actually kind of counts as a new, like a full-on plant. So when Fisherman actually comes up, this is like a bug. When Fisherman tries to grab onto a plant, it can now hold on into a lily pad and actually pull it like one tile to the right. So what they did is that they unintentionally changed lily pad in a way that makes Fisherman Zombie less of a threat. So now that we're considering this with the latest version of vanilla, like, frick's sake, this person put Sundew Tangler here. I gotta put Lilypad like high or low B. Due to the, like, it's a bug, but it's a really funny one. And like Fisherman Zombie, I swear, is worse than Jester. I cannot deal with fishermen at all. Because here's what I'm about to talk about. Tangle Kelp. Not gonna put an F yet. I'm gonna give it high D. Because Tangle Kelp is good to taking out like fishermen, but it doesn't recharge as fast as I want it to. And that makes sense because you don't want to put a spam heavy 25 sun like insta vanquish plant on the water. Even though on the water that means it would only be used for one world and that could be it. I mean, it would make like Big Beach Brawl level 3 a bit more less of a headache, but still. Yeah, here's the thing, like the lily pad glitch, it's really funny to me. You're like, yeah. It doesn't need to be magnifying glass though, so put it there. Our bowling ball. I like bowling, and that's the only good thing about the plant. It's the same story again with stuff like lightning reed. The plant can do decent damage, leveled up or spammed. But we already talked about the spam thing with lightning reed. If you need more than 15 bowling balls for this to be decent, and to hit the zombie that you really wanted to hit, then it's not good. But this is technically more stronger than lightning reed by just a little bit, just a wee bit. I can see a bit of potential with bowling ball in this case. Lightning reed, that's just a crap plant. That doesn't deserve to be in the game at all and was a waste of development time, even for like the beginning of the game. It's such a roast, but it like kind of deserves to be. But bowling ball, they did it justice by making it strong, at least a tiny bit, and also giving it its own brain buster. Bowling, one of the best brain busters in the main game, not counting Bejeweled. I mean Bejeweled. I'll give it low D at the moment, and that's the most generous place. That's the most generous placement I can give to a plant at the moment. Like it just, they just kind of had to put in a bit of respect. Wakadai was kind of like the same story, but I do see a bit more of a use for it. I would put it in the same tier as Tangle Kelp, but I wouldn't make it a better plant. I wouldn't say it's not like that. I would say like that. I wouldn't say it's a better plant than Tangle Kelp. And I'm getting very personal with these opinions. I know. Seems like almost everyone is enjoying this. Banana Launcher. I wouldn't put it in the same tier as Tangle Kelp, but I wouldn't call it good. How about this? Let's do Yeet and Yeet. There we go. Yeah, Banana has, the sound clip, but, what is a sound clip gonna do to vanquish a zombie? You know what I mean? So, I'm just gonna give it D tier and leave it at that. It's kind of like a PvZ clips video. It was like, take your 2 stars and leave. Oh, we're now just at Frostbite Caves. Cool. That's decent. So this is the world that we were gonna do earlier, but I didn't. We'll check Discord quick. Yeah, not much going on actually. Our hot potato. I like it, but I really wish it had like a no like recharge. If it just costed a bit of sun and had no recharge at all. At least Outburst fixed that issue, but we're talking about vanilla. But I wouldn't call it bad though. I just kind of wish they didn't scrap that one Frostbite case. Was it day 25? Like, was the scrap level called day 25? If I'm not mistaken. Like, for once. Hopefully I'm right in there. I wouldn't call it bad, though. Like a low C? It's not better than an insta kill on the beach, but it is kind of only used in, again, like one world. So it's kind of like in the same predicament as Tangle Kill. Like it doesn't cost any sun, but it does have a recharge. I feel like it could have a bit of a use if the recharge was something like 3 or 2 seconds. But that would make it semi-OP because it costs only 0 sun. So we'll just kind of put it in the same place as Tangle Coat. Pepper Pot, again, we're kind of talking about the whole lightning reed situation, but here you can't even spam it. So it isn't really good, but it's kind of like one of the better plants that's actually bad. Like it can actually do a bit of work if you use it well. I feel like people can come up with the discussion that pepper pot is good in conveyor belt and special delivery stages. Like that's your only reasoning? Like I don't know. I'm just kind of imagining stuff, but can you guys agree and say that pepper pot is kind of like the better plant for the F tier? Can we just say that? Either that or we can give it a low D. It's just the recharge. Again, we're talking about level 1 plants. Pepper pot isn't really that decent in level 1. Oh wait, chard gotta exist. Here's the thing we can do. We can put hot potato and give it the benefit of the doubt. And chard good now. Okay, I'll give pepper pot the benefit of the doubt though. I feel like I would put in the same tier as bowling ball. Just for the moment. Chard guard, I do find its uses. But I wouldn't use it over Durian though. But it is cheap. There's no doubt about it. It's 75 cents, so it's not bad. It's just, that's the thing though, you can use it in more worlds, so because it's not exclusive, why would Charga be exclusive? Stunyon. Again, I don't want to beat around the bush here. Stunyon is pretty good. Kind of deserved the same spot as Potato Mine. And here the range is actually kind of decent compared to Outburst. He kind of got destroyed in Outburst. I don't know. I feel like Outburst Stunyon isn't as good as I thought it would. I kind of want to be generous and put it S tier. It's kind of like the Iceberg Glider situation, but the plant food just isn't as good. I don't know. I guess A tier is fine. I kind of want to skim through this. Rutabaga is another plant that I'll actually call A tier. Deserves the same spot as, Stunyon, Melon Pulp. Again, it's good. Because you can actually spam this plant. It has a pretty not slow, but fast recharge. And again, it's also pretty cheap. It's only the same price as Bunk Joy. And, so you can see a bit of a use if you can spam it. So, yeah. And actually, this plant actually does do decent damage. It's kind of like a star fruit on steroids. It's like the dollar store star fruit, but made by the good brand, if you know what I mean. If you go into a dollar store, you mostly find the generic stuff, and then the branded stuff. Split B can be considered like the generic stuff, and Rutabaga can be considered the brand stuff. If you know what I mean. If I'm trying to put an argument into the situation here. It's cheap and it does decent stuff to you. So, I've always found Rutabaga to be a good plant. Again, the thing that makes Rutabaga good, again, you could put it on Big Wave Beach without a lily pad. I mean, we already talked about the lily pad bug. But again, I wouldn't mind like putting a bunch of Rutabagas on my lawn in Big Wave Beach because it's an attacker and you could get it quite quick. So, hey, Rutabaga, like there. Yeah, pretty decent, pretty good. It's a genuine good attacker alongside Melon Pole. I mean, I could put repeater in tier and A tier if I wanted to. No, that would be fine. Just kind of want to put a few moderators. A full-on moderator team. We have a very strong group of teammates. And we're at the 1 hour mark. Cool. Alright, we did Frostbite Caves. We're on to Lost City. I stand by that Lost City is one of, if not the worst world in this game, looks-wise and plants-wise. I mean, I did kind of put Big Wave Beach plant pool in very low D. And a bit of Wild West as well, but, you know, I freaking hate Lost City. It isn't as frustrating as Big Wave Beach. Because you can kind of save your life with Lightning Reed, if you kind of say, and I semi-agree, you know, because it's just the excavator zombie that just... I get that they want to do a gimmick in the world, but I don't know, a shovel just destroyed the whole world for me. And it just kind of threw me off on the bone. And now the dogs are going insane. Frick's sake. So Red Stinger. It's kind of like a plant that I can call like decent enough. But, you know, it ain't that decent. Like, it's trying to combine two things at once. It's kind of like, you could say that Red Stinger is just the adventure mode version of Peanut. And that's legit true. It is legit just the adventure mode Peanut. And that's kind of it. It's just a plant food that I can actually call good, though. I wouldn't put it C tier, but I can give it like a high D, though. I can say Banana Launcher is better. Holy crap, it's been 11 years. Thank you, Connects Trackmaster. Aki. What was the normal pronunciation or full name of Aki? I forget. It's just whatever. Now, Aki, I feel like it's kind of like a worse Red Stinger. It just shoots a bit more slowly. I put it like... Screw it, I'll just put it there. Here's the thing with Aki. I'm not saying like the costumes are bad. I'm not really going to put costumes into the whole situation because people would just rage. You know, because we rage over the dumbest things in this fandom. I am putting my statement on that. But Aki is just sort of a slow thing. Here's the thing with PvZ 2. When they make a lobshot plant, they are slow. I mean, Catchpole in PvZ 1 was good. Like, you could just call an easy Z tier plant. But in PvZ 2, they are slow. And this game is fast paced. You know, we talked about the sun a bit too much. So Aki just isn't good because it's another lobshot plant. It's still slow. They still haven't fixed that issue. Here's the thing that I can say, kind of a spoiler. The only lobshot plant that I can call not slow is Spore Shroom and... what was it called again? I freaking forget now. Just had a mental blank. Whatever. Yeah, Spore Shroom and, you know, Dust Lobber. There we go. Like, Spore Shroom and Dust Lobber, they're actually a bit fast. Like, I can give Spore Shroom a bit of the benefit of the doubt, also because of its gimmick. But Aki is just like Cabbage Pole, and it's not Pepper Pole, but especially Cabbage Pole. They're just slow. And its gimmick, it isn't really good if you have something like a Parasol Zombie as the second zombie in line. So just Aki in F tier. Durin is a plant that I can call good, actually. Like, you can actually, you know, It recharges fast from what I remember and what I can recall. Oh, cool kid! Actually, here. Standard moderator. No way, it's his face. Cool, I love this video idea. Yeah, I'm just putting my own spin on it. Anyways, we were talking about. I do it too, but I don't have enough thoughts on vanilla. Oh. Right, Enduring, I feel like it's one of those walls that I could call good, Oh, you made me a mod. Oh, thank you so much. I put almost everyone as a mod. I remember one of the streams there was somebody spamming, and he of course didn't make it a mod. We fully blocked him. Thank you so much. No problem, mate. Going along the point of Endurian, kind of went off the rails. Endurian is a wall that we could call, fast recharging, and good enough. Because what I've seen here, I didn't put any real walls high enough, and the only thing that can really be considered a wall here is char guards. So yeah, even at level 1, Enduring is decent enough because the zombies aren't gonna hit you hard, and Enduring can be used in certain situations in other worlds. Can't really say any real situation at the moment, but Enduring can be used. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe I could do it on my mod if Bomb ever finished the tier list, of course. No shade, of course. He's just busy. Yeah, I feel like Bomb is one of those members that's a bit more busy than the others. He isn't like as talk spammy as Aaron is. If I'm not sounding like the biggest idiot in the world that just says something about Aaron. Yeah, Bomb is like the busy dude. Wouldn't call him a nerd though. He's just us people can be busy. Bomb is my best friend. Yeah. So Gold Leaf. Oh, we already seen the modern version of Gold Leaf. It can be used in every world right now, which is awesome. I mean, I didn't mention that with Hot Potato because it kind of floated over my head. Now, Gold Leaf can be used everywhere, but it costs 80 sun. But you can immediately get sun from a gold tile, I guess. Also, I like that your stream isn't very behind, unlike mine. Also, I just remembered I need to release hotfix patch 3 of my mod. Gold Leaf is both great and terrible. AKA, it's fine. I thought instead of AKA, you were gonna say Aki, like AKEE. Get the joke? Either a low C or a very generous, like high D. Because 80 sun, like 80 sun. And I feel like Sunshroom, AKE, it's fine. I agree, it's fine. I mean, the 80 sun thing will always bug me. But you get sun immediately from the gold tiles, unlike Outburst, so in vanilla, it's fine enough that you can put it in every world. People might debate it, but if it's available in all worlds, then that means that you have an invisible sunflower at 80 sun whenever you please. Can't argue with that, really. Stalia. Now, people swear by that sometimes Stalia can be good, like considered at minimum a B tier plant. I'm going to destroy everyone's thoughts here and say Stalia is trash. I don't like Stalia a single bit. Not when I saw its design, not when I saw the ability or the gimmick. You don't need a stalling plant free, which is this bad. Like, the plant food is a whole lot worse than iceberg lettuce. If the plant food is something that can be put up all over the lawn and it doesn't stop the zombies in a stalling plant, then Stalia is bad, unlike iceberg lettuce. It doesn't deserve a D tier even. I wouldn't be generous and putting like low D. That's something like Nashu would do. Like that one Nashu joke we did in Discord in my server. Salary Stalker, I'm gonna be generous and I'm gonna give it not a C, but a low A. When I was replaying Adventure in Vanilla this year, I found Celery Stalker to save my back way too many times. Yeah. Also, we just kind of skipped over the point that we kind of moved on worlds, so stop finally Lost City. Now we're to the good stuff. Garlic, it's fine to put in the same tier as Thalia. It isn't good by any way. Also, got garlic? Just want to mention that. Anyone got garlic? Apart from finishing adventure? Intensive carrot. I actually didn't know about the gimmick about intensive carrot, like actually giving half health to like any plant until like last year. So that makes it like pretty bad to put against like wall plants. But like here's the thing. If you're gonna revive a wintermelon and you're putting wintermelon on the right end of the lawn, then you're a dummy. Why in the world would you ever put a wintermelon in the right side of the lawn where the zombies spawn? And if you're gonna use a 100 sun revive plant that gives up, half health, you revive that, and then an imp comes going through, like a Jurassic imp, problems on you. So intensive carrot can be used in some ways, but it's just the player's choice, which makes the plant bad, and that gives it a bit of a misconception. Most people say, "Oh, intensive carrot is bad because you revive it on a winter melon that's planted on the right side of the lawn." That's the player's choice. So it's kind of like the player's choice can be considered F tier, and intensive carrot, in my opinion, can very generously be put low C. Oh my gosh, time to make a stupid level based around intensive care. Winter melons at the front. Endangered winter melons at the front. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's the player's choice which goes in F tier. Intensive care just gets too much beaten. Very much beaten around the bush. Fat beat. Not endangered, but that's the joke. Just using intensive care on. This is for you, Mashu. Let's go. It's kind of like that one potato mine stage in Frostbite Games. Okay. Fat beat. Sometimes fat beat at random actually does like a pretty strong attack. It's fine. It deserves like low C, I suppose. I think this could be make a good joke level or actual minigame. I feel like minigame is fine. I'll add it to the Lost City levels idea. Sweet. So Fat Beat, I can consider it fine, but not better than Bong Choi. Like it is a close-ranged attacker like Snapdragon. Thanks. No problem. So Fat Beat here I can consider decent enough and to be kind of the same as Snapdragon. Same sun cost, and it's an attacker from close range. It's not a melee, it's just an actual close attacker that actually works pretty much fine. But it isn't as strong as Snapdragon, so that's why I kind of put it low C. But it is in the same tier. Close range attacker isn't really that good. Spore Shroom, some people can give it the benefit of the doubt in low C, but I don't feel like Spore Shroom kind of deserves that because a Spore Shroom usually is quite strong for what it is, but then it will like spawn a Spore Shroom, and then the game would immediately spawn something like a roller skater. That's the thing with like Neo Mixtape Tour. It's a world that's full of insta vanquishes. So high D at the moment. I would call it better than Red Stinger though. I want to make a change here. Put Ian Peach in there. Mom's back. Cool. Time warp. For the majority of my life, I call it time warp. due to the H. That will be preserved in Mashu history. Time warp. Again, if we call it off the latest patch, and if we consider the latest patch, that actually happened quite a while ago because it was a birthdays thing. Was it from like 2022? No, it was 2023. It can be used in all worlds. Whenever people call it time warp, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, hey, mom. So time warp. It can now be used in all worlds, and it only costs 100 sun. If it can be used in all worlds, then that means that it's actually good in Jurassic Marsh or something. Sorry for not being able to call it. At least I'm able to be in this stream. Happy days, and not a big sad moment. Cool. Just trying to get out Remix Hotfix Patch 3. Then I'm gonna do something. Like I'm doing tier list. So time warp. Happy birthdays. Today is your birthday. Okay, we're not gonna do it. Right, so time warp. It can be used in all worlds and is actually good in Jurassic Marsh. Still wondering why it was world exclusive. Like, yeah, exactly. But now that it actually can be used in all worlds, like what? Okay, this song is so nostalgic. I always bring the nostalgic stuff over. Like, that's the thing with me. Is that the theme of world exclusive plants are dumb? Should we put time warp in like A tier now that we're calling it like level 1 time? It ruined modern days dinosaur levels. I'm just gonna put time warp in. Let's see. A or B? Stay in low A tier and go away. Sorry. A, yeah. It can be used in all worlds, and I'm going off level 1 vanilla. Chart and C. I'm just gonna. Is that better? Is that better? Are you fine? I don't use walls. Grr. All right. Ow, throat. I'm fine. It's personal opinion. All right. So perfume shroom. BFDI. Grr. But chart is good wall. Here would say grr. It made my life better. That's because you cannot even hear me when I'm streaming in Discord. Right. So perfume shroom can be used in all worlds, and like here's the thing, perfume shroom is kind of like hot potato in being used in all worlds, because actually I'm gonna keep the pea shooter close to me. Just look at that pea shooter. Just make your life a bit more better. And I completely took off the entire screen. I'm dumb. Okay, there we go. We're gonna stay right next to our pea shooter right now. Said perfume shroom is cooler and isn't hot potato. B. High C, I would say. It's like hot potato. It doesn't get as used as much. It's again like it can be used in its own world and modern day. And that's it, because they put this in events anyway. What's in B? Yeah, I'm gonna put C at the moment because I wouldn't put it in the same tier as Bunk Choy or Charguard. Yeah. Like that. Our primal pea shooter. It deserves like a B or an A tier, I feel. It can shoot pretty slowly though, even at level 1. I mean, it completely fricked up Jurassic March Day 16, and we can all agree. Oh, we actually have the animations for Bean Sprout. Okay, I need to see some of this beta stuff when we finish this. Yeah, Primal Pea Shooter. It's the only thing I would put in A tier if it didn't shoot slow. I mean, the plant food is pretty good. I feel like B tier. Like it's another like one that knocks back, kind of like Chart Guard. Yeah, I feel like low. There's actually like an attacker. It's not a wall, so high B at the moment. We'll be generous. It could have potential. You know, we're talking right next to a pea shooter. It's not primal, but you know. Primal potato mine. I'm not gonna say a word, but I am gonna put it in a very, very normal tier. There. Primal sunflower. Like I don't use sunflower because I already say that sunshroom is the best sun producer. But it doesn't cost 100 suns, so it's not the worst. It's not bad by any means. So instead of C, put it low, B. I feel like Reflourish actually did it a bit of justice, you know. And it does cost 100 sun to Reflourish, but it actually has toughness. That's an actual interesting gimmick. You know, bit good enough toughness for a sunflower. That's a pretty decent gimmick. And that's about it. Primal Walnut. Is it really better than Chard Guard at being a wall? Like at the same sun cost, but it recharges slower from what I remember and it doesn't knock back zombies. You know what I mean? High C or low B. It's the thing, I wouldn't put it in the same tier as Chart Guard. Is it fine that I put Primal Walnut in C tier? High C. Like the same tier as you know, tile tune-up and such. Like it's a wall, but it recharges slower and it doesn't knock back zombies. You know, that's at the same not sun cost. Try to see my logic. My hair is getting in the way. And nobody's saying anything. We have freaking 4 people, 3 in the chat. All right. Modern day, or some people mistype and call it modern day. Modern day can give quite a lot of nostalgia to a few people out there. Right. I want to start with Moonflower. Now, I'm gonna be quite the piece of crap for saying this, but let me give my point. Let me give my point. Moonflower, it can be good at what it does. You know, it's a 50 cost sun producer and gives out power to shadow plants. I'm not saying the shadow plants are bad. It's like a neat gimmick. You know, last world, technically just you know, keep things up. I never understood how good Moonflower is. I never thought why people put an A tier. Like the plant food for me is complete garbage. It's kind of like a walnut, like a infinite, you know. Your Mashu bomb. Check the server. This is for you guys. in the Runa. You want our legacy, you can have it. Kind of hilarious. Called, dude. Okay, I'm not gonna say what server it is. I wish there were more shadow plants. We got an easy length goodbye message. Essay length goodbye message. Call most of my staff. Ask this town ban a loser troll. Said in words. I mean, you said in the server, like, the slurs, like, it's hilarious. You really find that hilarious? He said the N word. What N world could be an adjective. Well, he said his goodbyes, so he did admit it in the end, I guess. I don't know. I feel like he went a bit too hard with the words. If anyone apart from Cool Kid and Bomb know. Anyway, he said his goodbyes. We'll leave it at that. It's kind of like take your 4 stars and leave. If you saw Wolfie play his clip series. Now, Moonflower. Kind of funny cause it's just so out of pocket, but I'm also pretty nervous. So, also the meet on the bus aside from terms, this was just news. Hey, it's from your server, it's fine. You could give us news all you want. You could just say, like, oh, I'm working on remix, and I'll be fine with it because that means, like, oh, more remix videos. More like balance changes. We'll get back to ranking Funny Flower. Moonflower. I don't get why people call it good. You need to spam this again if you want to do a big amount of sun production. And again, like that wouldn't be cheap as chips. I mean, it isn't as bad as, Twin Sunflower, but I feel like it does have its use. But it isn't good. Like, I wouldn't put it C tier. Like, if I was to put Moonflower somewhere, I wouldn't put it in the same tier as Pea Shooter. Like, I can get Shadow Plant's gimmick, but Moonflower for me was never good. I'm just gonna put it high D. I don't call it a good sun producer since Sunstream exists. I already went on my point that Sunstream can now be used in daytime all you want without being worried about Coffee Bean. So we got that out of the way. So Moonflower to me isn't good in any way. I understand why it's good because I like Shadow Plants, but it isn't a good sun producer. It kind of deserves the same spot as Sunflower, in my opinion. Isn't good. We'll just go over God, I forget the name sometimes. We'll go with Grimrose. I feel like Grimrose is a bit too slow for me. Also, 75 sun for a Insta Vanquish. I don't know. High F, low F. Also, like the 3 grab gimmick with Moonflower. I don't know. I'm just gonna. Grimrose is crap in vanilla. Yeah. Like low F. Like there. 75 is too much. Yeah. Like you have Primal Potato Mine that can, do some real damage. And Moonflower is just like, oh, I'm a slow grandpa. Oh, I'm sorry for doing that joke, but it kind of is like that. Right, Shadow Shroom. I find Shadow Shroom good. But here's the thing: you vanquish zombies so quick that you don't really have to worry about buckheads. The only way that I can find this good is, with the really tanky stuff like the pyramid heads, the barrel heads, the minecart heads, technically the night counts. I mean, you could put it in the same tier as Magnet Shroom, but it can actually do some damage though. So like high D again, like right next to Moonflower. So counts going down. I'm exactly 1K. This is scary. Dude, I'm scared if I'm gonna reach 600K again or not. I mean, not 600K, 600. I always get confused because you just reach 1K, and I always think like, oh, I'm gonna reach 600K. Yeah, the plant food. Yeah, I forgot. The plant food is pretty solid. It's pretty much like iceberg lettuce. Can we put in like C tier? You can do some pretty decent damage even on its own. Like low C. Yeah, low C because it's kind of like again a cheap insta vanquish, kind of the same as I feel like Perfume Stream kind of doesn't deserve C tier. Instead D tier. The plant food. If you want to put that into consideration, then C tier is actually pretty good. All right, Dust Lover. It's good. It's good, I guess. Like the recharge, I feel like it could have a bit of work. I don't recall what it is. What's the recharge? To search the wiki or something. But the plant food can also be good even without being powered up by Moonflower. I can quite easily put it in B tier, like the same tier as Bong Choi, Repeater, stuff like that. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Give it like a high B. I can see its use. And I freaking forgot the name of this. I really do have to go through a what do we call it again? A freaking mental blank. The only thing I remember was smack zombies with slappy leaves. I mean, 75 Sun. I never really found it good. I don't know. Low D and call it a day. I wouldn't put it in the same tier as Bowling Bulb though. Just gonna put it there. I'm gonna leave all these other plants to the side. I know stuff like Chomper, Starfruit, and Torchwood are like stadiums now. You are able to get Gold Bloom and stuff like in Quest, but those are from early versions. Not anymore. Although I do gotta give respect to the person who made this tier list. To putting stuff in plants, like for example, Tomb Tangler, Bamboo Spartan, Sun Detangler with the old seed packets here. I'll give it some claps for that. Mad props. Well, there we go. Just gonna put the pea shooter to its throne. And we finished the tier list. I'm gonna quickly search the wiki, PvZ wiki for a bit. Just give me a sec. Have you seen the new Roman Zomboss? I was gonna check it. I was gonna finish the tier list and check it. PvZ wiki, the best source of information. Plants, Tsunamis 2, main. I want to forget the mental blank. Nightshade. I was trying to remember Nightshade. It's not even called like Shadow Flower or Shadow Slab. I don't know. Nightshades are shadow plants that smack zombies with slappy leaves. Nightshade. I remember the name once and I forget about it. I wish I could put it in my mod, but there's nowhere to put it. Designs, kicks, Animations are. So the design is cool and the animations are bad. Mega Gatling was the last good-looking premium. I'm just gonna put my screen up again. We'll look at some of these premiums though. I feel like when they did the whole graphics rework, when they added what is it again? Tiger Grass. Tiger Grass, I feel like was the first plant to have the robotic-ish animations. And technically, Mega Gatling P. You say Mega Gatling P was the last good-looking premium. I feel like that's because it's a reuse of repeaters animations. You know what I mean? Like the helmet didn't really look in sync. Felt like a really bad-looking costume, even though it was a completely new plant. And yeah, when we got to stuff like Bunchy, the animations were something. But I feel like when they redesigned the whole shadows, and graphics, and Tiger Grass when it was introduced in the same update, and everything became brighter for no reason, yeah, the animations kind of suck. I'm just gonna stop the screen, not stream, but just to search the beta content because I really want to look at it. The first thing I see is the thing about the Zombot. Tomb Tangler is literally Nightmare Fred there. He's here. Holy. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. I didn't want to touch the link. Okay, before. Okay, Jesus, those animations. What the frick? Okay, don't want to say anything about the animations, but I feel like the whole the whole blurry stuff, yeah, that's kind of sucks. Dude, what are those wheels? Still butthurt that it doesn't have the yellow eye. Oh yeah, good point. Like the backyard big top Zombot had the big eye because it was just a reskinned uh like wagon stuff, like the wagon thing. Mine's 13 out of 10 design. How in the frick does a portal come out like that? How the think it's fine without it personally. I mean, if you make it like a carriage like that, I guess it makes sense. You know, like how the frick do you spawn a portal? Like I feel like if you made it a bit more taller, then you have enough room to make a portal like wall that can just crush down to the ground and make the portal appear. How the frick do you spawn in the portal? Also, I see there's vases in like the section where Zambas controls. Yeah, the portal sucks. Yeah. Because it isn't coming out of some mouth. It isn't coming out of any teleporter. No, this just comes out of nowhere. There's Dizzy. And it's destroyed. Yeah, it barely has any real room for it to be destroyed. That's some decent enough animation. I'm like, okay, the design, yeah, I can agree and say it's cool. I don't know about the portal thing, but I like the base idea. Like you can shoot vases just like the that one imp thing, like the imp catapult from the Roman thing. Like, yeah, because the catapult thing was technically part of the Zombaseum event, so it makes sense. Like the vase catapult, whatever the name was. I still wouldn't call it better over the Steam Ages China Zombot though. I actually did hear the music. It's a bit repetitive. Oh, the frick you get outclassed but reforge Zombots. I haven't even looked at the design for the reforged Zombot. What are you talking about? It's not even revealed. Like, is it? I've only seen pufferfish. There's the landlord's thing, yeah. Pufferfish. And Outburst just has the brainberry bush. Oh, they mash up. I was about to say Mashu up. Mash up. Mashu. Whatever. Yeah, I feel like we can all agree and say Outburst is getting Bramblebush. So agree that modern day reforged Zombot looks not good, very good. No, I meant to say like nothing looks good. Wait. The Zomba Steam has official music. Yeah. Let's see that. Yeah, we can't hear it. Well, they're going above and beyond. But don't get me wrong, I like my purple. Well, that one's more. I did hear this earlier. I feel like they reuse or use like the tambourine a bit too much. I do like how intense it is though. If only it could be in my mod, but I'm committed to using the PvZ DS OSTs when I learned how to for the Prelude. Still epic though. Nice job, Bobcat. Yeah, I like the trumpets and such in this track. Makes it feel more epic. I like comment saying. It's about time EA makes new music for PvZ2. It's not EA who makes it. It's EA who publishes the darn game. It's about time EA makes new music for PvZ2. Freaking idiot. An imbecile. We're getting hyped over PopCap putting in minimal effort. Yeah, reusing the tambourine so much and just so disappointed at this music. Same motif over and over. Boring. I'm out. He was probably rushed. I need to make my EA bad PopCap good parodies sometimes. Oh wait, that was only the first wave. We didn't do mid waves. I want the tambourine. Coral. It's time to add more. Go get it. Hey, it's the PvZ3 composer. Hey, it's the PvZ3 composer again. Is this official? I think it is. Yes, yeah. You're gonna agree and say it's official. Pretty good. Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't prefer it over the Z Corp takeover music. I know like that, like the most hottest take I have. I don't care if it's by the PvZ3 guy, pretty rad. Oh yeah, PvZ3. Say something up about PvZ3 bomb. Go ahead. Put it out to the public. Share it with the class. We will be waiting. Yo, let's go. You're just gonna give it a thumbs up. Fine by you. Dude, is PvZ News on X not even gonna say anything about this? Give me a sec. PvZ Media, PvZ News. Last post was 11 hours ago with the Steam Ages China, like the Zombos. Thanks, friendo. I hope you like that video when I make it. I don't like PvZ 3. No way! Same. Mashu's opinion on PvZ 3. He doesn't like PvZ 3. Even harder take. Share it with the class. Come on. I'm cheering for you. T-shirt hype. PvZ match was mid. I said that when I finished the beta. Let's go to my channel real quick. I said that about PvZ match. Dude, we're 1 subscriber away from 600. Let's go to the community. Who does? The pick. What? Hold on. It's month. Oh, where's the PvZ match thing? 2 months ago. Well, that's one PvZ match beta over with. In the end, with 70 stages, crappy story, weird but acceptable art style, boring gimmicks, reused adventures, plus the GW BGMs. Weirdly, 10 hearts instead of 5. Weird power choices from PvZ 2's Odd Stars, aka plans, questionable future power-ups, bad return of the taco tickets this time as sun, sharp repair surveys being even more boring than the earlier zombie match build, all in a worse match 3 game than Angry Birds Fight. That's not what I copied. Here we go. Played through all the levels. Thank you for playing. You tell him, bro. Dude, I had 10 hearts there and 20 sun. Mate. I see you are stronger than that. Angry Birds Fight. No. Okay, I'm gonna show Angry Birds Fight. Give me a sec. I'm gonna get off my chair because Angry Birds Fight. No, the game's this Angry Birds Fight. I don't want an Uptown link because Angry Birds Fight is discontinued. So much dookie. This server sucks. Oh wait, this is all in Spanish. Frick. They have it all Spanish translated. Kind of impressive, actually. So, Angry Birds match is basically you have a mount around a match 3 for like a minute or something. Try to match, and basically you give power to the bird, with like power or defense. And then you have like a fight zone because you have like 2 players at once. And then you just fight. You just kind of wait there, and whoever has the most power wins. You just kind of fight because they have their own HP bars. Yeah. It legit just matches a match 3 in RPG at once. I thought the game was decent and actually good. And they discontinue it. And everyone was sad. I don't know, why would you say like Angry Birds Fight sucked? I mean, it's better than Angry Birds Match. I mean, its own version. Like, jeez, that one sucked. I kind of want to search more stuff about the beta. Give me a sec. Super Zombies 2 beta. It was boring. At least the soundtrack was actually good and such, and I have such a different opinion on it. Upcoming content. More information regarding upcoming version scenes, plans for Zombies 2 upcoming content. Oh, they actually did update it. Mate, they're quick. I like match 3. It's the most boring genre of mobile games in my opinion. I mean, I agree, but at least Fight did it some justice. But seems like you don't agree. Nightcap. So we already knew. Seashroom, it just kind of got cancelled. Its abilities are currently unknown, as only a C architecture has been found. Bean Sprout. Let's read the beta stuff now that we actually finished the tier list. We're going off the rails. A lot. Bean Sprout is a wall plant who gains offensive capabilities when he receives enough damage, in a similar manner to Kiwi Beast. So it's kind of like another just attacking plant, needs damage. A plant that transforms into a monster when taking damage. Mildly meta wall plant with a dangerous monster side. When Bean Sprout takes too much damage, it transforms into a fist-swinging monster. Planting another Bean Sprout on an existing one will force him into its monster form. Oh, so it has like the stacking gimmick from Peapod. Transform into a monster form if it wasn't already, and sends massive shockwaves both in front and behind him. One of the more advanced degrees in botany and space-time reliability, no one will argue that Bean Sprout is a plant genius, what makes it incredibly difficult to watch him day work in the kitchen. No, why are you doing that? Don't cut the red wires. I love Endurian / Mercademia Nut. I don't know what you could say about Mercademia Nut, but Endurian is good enough. Cran Jelly is an instant use plant that rolls down the lane it's planted in and leaves behind a slowing poisonous puddle when it crushes a zombie. Crushes all zombies in its lane that's planted. Instant plant that crushes zombies in the lane using its girthy jellified mass. Leaves behind a pool of acidic goo that both slows and damages zombies when a zombie is crushed. Cran Jelly works best when zombies are clumped together. Level it up to increase the number of lanes it will roll down. No plan for the effect. I love Tumbleweed. Cran Jelly is more capable of changing into many shapes, cubes, pyramid cones, and icosahedron. It can do it all, but few shapes are all structurally strong or offer as much zombie crushing power as the cylinder. Not to mention, it lets him go really, really fast. It's kind of a coincidence that you say Tumbleweed after you look at the Cran Jelly's design, to be honest. Zomboni from the first game has been found in the code for Plants vs. Zombies 2. It retains the abilities from the original Plants vs. Zombies, slowing advancing down the lane, crushing all plants it over, and generating a trail of ice behind it. The ice trail will also summon zombie bobsled teams. Nostalgia bait? Anyone? Also, technically, does Nightcap technically count as nostalgia bait for being from another title? Although not as classic. Technically existed in the BFN days. Yeah. A technological marvel from the Great White North. Zomboni ices over your lawn into a barren wasteland. Damage crushes plants, creates an ice shell behind it. Introducing the Zomboni, the coolest undead on wheels. Caution, not your typical ice resurfacer. Repeat, not a Zamboni brand ice refreshing machine. This frozen fiend from the north will turn your lawn into a slippery slope of doom faster than you can say brain freeze. I have no similarity for Zamboni. He's just kind of cool. Dude, he's not based off cardio zombie. My life is saved. My life is genuinely saved. They didn't base his design off the cardio. Unlike the catapult zombie. Thank frick. Let's see its textures. I mean sprites. Dude, we even see like stickers. We see like stickers, an ice cream cone. See like rain stickers. There's the chair. Actually put some effort in once. They kind of made a new sprite. No way. The veterans we already knew. Sambat Hot Radicus. A new Zomba planned to be added as part of the 2023 Zombaseum tournament. The V-Imp power creation that isn't for a midlife crisis. I mean, we already saw its animations. Special spawns waves of Roman zombies that serve both as shields and swords. They say some things just don't go together: oil and water, ice and fire, zombies and brains. But the other Zombies always manages to make the impossible possible. Just look at all the latest cutting edge widgets and gadgets he manages to cram into one mech. A twin turbo V-Imp motor, a 6-core new sound system, an independent plant crushing 4-wheel suspension. He definitely blew through his entire year's food budget on this one. This would explain why his minions are always looking for brains. It's really funny how they now put effort into the almanac entries, let alone having a Zombot one, having budget. And then you look at the animations and they suck. Right, the timed events we already knew, and Longbow 2 already happened. High Seas Clash we knew. Showdown we knew. There's nothing new in Takeover. 2023 Zombaseum. It includes a new Roman-themed lawnmower and Zomba. Also, they now include like lawnmower. Now you already saw this. I kind of like the gup. There's the sprites. 10.8 loading screen. A new loading screen for the 10.8 version has been data mined. It featured Nightcap, a Beansprout fighting Llama Dune zombie. Yeah, I also saw this. I got confused with the 10.7.1 loading screen, and then was quickly fixed by Newspaper Zombie, a good person in X or Twitter. So there we see Beansprout. So there's normal Beansprout. There's the monster. Well, Beansprout, you could say. I kind of like how they're kind of combining stuff like Harvest Festival with the lawn here, and adding stuff like, Soybean Pod, and then they have the Lawn of Doom thing. That imp is stoned out in the woods. What the frick are those eyes? What the frick? No way, Rubarbarian. You got confused with Rubarbarian with the new Beansprout. I mean, with the monster Beansprout. When Umbrella Leaf. I was wrong about Cran Jelly. It sounds amazing. What do you mean amazing? Man, they must be stepping up their game with the almanac descriptions. And also, Cran Jelly actually kind of seems like a good plan. And also, I like the hints they are giving to them. It helps out people. And they're giving out hints before they plant is actually, released. Like, we can grind out for Bamboo Spartan now that is out officially without the early access. Like, I have a few, 50 C packets or something. 30 at minimum. Just didn't buy it. Nightcap is basically a thing of the past. It's been promised to us for almost 2 years. At least Nightcap season will be starting right after Beansprouts. Good. Yes. Relief would be such a good idea. I mean, now that you consider the Lost City zombies and also the Z-Corp things, $7 for a gimmicky counterplant. Awesome. Dude, $7 for a freaking gimmicky counterplant. For an early access bundle and the plant doesn't even need 100 seed packets to unlock. You need to grind the same amount you need for Umbrella Leaf than you need for Bamboo Spartan. A actually semi-powerful 10k melee plant. Sure hope they add the shield and Robocode variants found in the code. Of what? Oh, those zombies. I'm done. Hopefully Nightcap will be added for Lawn of Doom later. I mean, I did see the new season names, but what is Beansprout? Here's the deal. I feel like Beansprout will be added. Beansprout will be added now that it's pretty much finished. And we'll be starting in the Harvest Festival thing, and Nightcap will be added in Lawn of Doom. And that would make Ghost Pepper and stuff like Jack-o'-lantern, and also possibly stuff like Witch Hazel available again with sea packets and like Penny's Pursuit, if not then just Pumpkin. Honestly, it doesn't seem all good enough than see sometimes the trap zombies can be eaten by other zombies. It's probably a bug, but still. Oh boy, PopCap is really dropping the ball. Ball what? You thought another cardio zombie would ride in Zamboni. Now that would be quite silly indeed, but interesting too. How in the hell would a cardio zombie riding a Zamboni be interesting too? That would be quite silly indeed. What are you talking about? Let's all be honest. Who here thought Beansprout will have that as their ability? Not me, because when I saw the Almanac entry, I thought they were out of their minds. Like Nightcap. I thought if someday the old animators and artists return, they could remake the animations and sprites for all the plants released after Buttercup. They just look off from older plants. I agree, yeah, but I like Sundew Tangler's animations are pretty good. Bramble Bush Rubber Berry, Mega Gatling Pete, Levitator Boomberry, and maybe also have quite decent animations and also have high expectations of Cran Jelly, Beansprout, and Seashroom, since both Cran Jelly and Beansprout seem to have pretty good plant descriptions. They've started to make those awful animations after Levitator, but some of them quite good. Buzz Button's animations aren't that bad either. Buzz Button itself isn't the best. Bramblebush, that was robotic. Mega Gatling P, it was fine enough. Rubarian, like, it did the spins, like, that's decent enough. Levitator just didn't really do much. And I tried Boomberry, like, I don't know. Most PvZ on Americans have nothing to do with the actual plant or just unfunny jokes slapped on the plants, just like Remixed. I mean, that's because they're flavor text, try to add the flavor into it just for fun, I just call it the just for fun text. Bro, what the frick is this crap? Crangel looks like it's Tumbleweed's brother. Yeah, no one knows that. I guess it's a Cranjelly that turned into a jelly like jam. Cranberry. Oh. Cranjelly just looks like the IRL plant except for the color. What do you mean? What kind of logic are you trying to put? We better get ready to see Cardio Zombie riding Zamboni. Zombie is supposed to drive. Ah, now that I imagine about it, I wouldn't be surprised. Same. Thankfully, we were wrong. Yes, Zamboni and Bobsled team will be in the game for Christmas. Bobsled isn't on here though. Oh, that's so sad. It's about time for Nightcap. Yeah, yep, since the poison zombies. Ooh, information. It's not necessarily Sticky Bomb Rice's arena season. Return P plants to get this is bad. These new loading screens are pretty cool and epic. At least somebody said it. How can you take the pictures of the code and how to go to the code? I don't know either. I feel like Crane Jelly is a mix of Tumbleweed and Gumnut's design. I mean, the eyes, not really. I don't know what you get by Gumnut. That's right, I don't think Nightcap is ever getting in the game. It's coming after Bean Sprouts. Its season has been dynamite. Not for real. I guess you could say it's about time. Halloween, Nightcap's covered season. I gotta check the season stuff real quick. Like, I'm getting confused. Just gonna reload the page for a bit. Still not at 600 subs. Well, we did the tier list, and now my throat is absolutely vanquishing me. We can confirm right now, boys, that Marigold is the best plant in the game. We can end the stream if we want to. Well, don't really have much to say. I mean, we saw the beta stuff apart from the animations. Just gonna put this over here. So I'm just gonna end the stream. I mean, we already went to 2 hours just looking at the beta. Well, we took an hour and a half in the tier list. We gave love to a pea shooter and ended off with Marigold being the best plant. We could do a change and put Marigold in God tier, but I'm just too lazy. I mean, we already finished it. So I'm just gonna end the stream. So yeah, I guess I could be excited for the content. I mean, Cran Jelly. I'm just gonna check the animation videos and see if it just grows on me. But apart from that, I just really don't have anything else to say. So hopefully you guys have a better day or just decent day in general. And also, Paper Saturday is about to start in a bit. And we don't have much time for the Lombo 2 event in PvZ 2, like I have it dated on my Discord server and if anyone else is playing vanilla. Also, I'm going to put something in the community tab, which is kind of interesting in a tiny bit. That I already shared on Discord, just didn't put in the community tab just yet. I mean, Marigold, yeah. Let's just hope that Umbrella Leaf isn't in the game so we don't get an early access bundle for it. But for the moment, I'm just going to go out. So hopefully you guys have a good day. Sorry for the interruption in the beginning, but yeah. So see you guys then. So see ya. Bye. Also, I might do a vanilla video one day, but I don't know what. So I'm just gonna take these things over, like your suggestions on Discord. We're like kind of doing a poll. So yeah. See you guys then. So bye.